welcome to another Friday fishing forecast. Myself and my literally buddy are going for a boat ride. We're going to check some things out, see what's going on with this red tide. The reports have been wishy-washy. There's been good reports of fish being caught, but then other areas are being decimated. So most of the areas that are being decimated right now are along the coast, St. Pete, Dunedin area, Sarasota, down in that area along the coast. As you can see on the red tide map, most of it is in the coast. There is some in the bay. You know, unfortunately, scientists are saying that the hurricanes didn't have much to do with it, but I think it did. It kind of exasperated it a little bit. But you know, it is what it is when it comes to that. We can stop the pollution and everything else, and I think that would, you know, that would help tremendously. But at the same time, you know, it's a natural phenomenon. It happens naturally, and it has been since it was ever recorded by the Spaniards. So is it a good thing? No, but I wish there was more that we could do about it, but there's not, because most of you may not realize this, but the red tide organism, and I can't pronounce the name correctly, and I'm not even going to try, but that is actually found offshore all of the time. So it's always present. It just takes something to make it bloom. And I think with all of that fresh water and everything else, and everything getting into the water down south, and it just worked. We've had a southwest wind here for a while, so I think it's worked its way up the coast, and we've been seeing spotty parts of it out in the Gulf, but nothing that was like, oh my God, you know, this is horrible. For it was in certain sections, it was pretty bad, but you know, unfortunately, I don't know what we can do for it, what we can do with it, but we just got to work around it. Partially, it is Mother Nature's way of cleansing herself, per se. And but anyway, we're gonna go out, check it out, see if we can find a little bit of bait. I don't know how rough it's gonna be out there. I don't want to. This is only his second time in the boat. The first time was a very short-lived spurt just to see how he was. But I think he likes his chair, so I think Chad might be in trouble. Right, buddy? Yeah? You ready to go? Okay. Well, it's a little rougher out here than I thought. I mean, I knew it was going to be a little bit rough, but this is pretty rough. And since it's Buddy's first time on the boat, he's already on the floor, as you can see. So we're going to head back in a little bit. He likes it when it's calm, but not when it's rough. But anyway, that will lead us into the forecast for this weekend, what we have with tides, salooners, wind, all that fun stuff. It is supposed to lay down by Sunday. It's going to be a little choppy tomorrow. Not horrible, but what it is now, out of the northwest. So about 10 to 15 miles an hour. So let's go ahead and get into the Friday fishing forecast and talk about what we have upcoming with the tide, salooners, and weather. On Saturday, we have a low tide at 8:38 a.m. at a 0.5 foot. Then we have a high tide at 2:46 p.m. at a 1.9 foot. And then we have a low tide at 11:15 p.m. at a negative 0.2 foot. On Sunday, we have a high tide at 5:34 a.m. at a 1.1 foot. Then we have a low tide at 9:41 a.m. at a 0.7 foot. And then another high tide at 4:10 p.m. at a 2.0 foot. On Saturday, we have a minor feeding time from 8:33 a.m. to 9:33 a.m. Then we have a major feeding time from 2:50 p.m. to 4:50 p.m. And on Sunday, we have a minor feeding time from 10:09 a.m. to 11:09 a.m. And then a minor feeding time, or a major feeding time, from 4:40 p.m. to 6:40 p.m. Well, folks, I wanted to go and see if there was bait on the flats, and there is, and they're living just fine. The water over here on the St. Pete side is a little dirty. Caught some real nice bait. I just wanted to see if it was here. I knew it had to be because the water temperature's 76 degrees. So, but anyway, I'm just gonna head back now. I just want to say thanks to everybody for all of the support. We're grinding out orders as fast as we can, so we highly appreciate that. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate that. I want to say thank you again to everybody that left a comment and asked me to do certain videos. That helps me tremendously. So this coming week, I'm going to do I got a lot of questions about doing a show about how to prepare to go offshore. So there's a couple of things that I do, and I will get into that. I talk about filing a float plan with my wife, so she knows that the area I'm going to. When I run out, I typically pick an area and say, okay, this is where I'm going to go. I kind of take a look at the navionics on my phone and say, okay, this is where I feel like I want to fish on this day. So I let her know where we're going, and then we'll go over all the safety equipment, EPIRB, stuff like that, so you guys get a good understanding. Because when we first started going offshore, I had never been offshore, me driving a boat. So being in a bay boat, a single engine boat, it was a little nerve-wracking, but once you get comfortable with it, don't take it for advantage though. Don't think that nothing's gonna happen, because I have friends of mine that have been stranded in the Gulf for 48 hours, way out. So you don't wanna have to go through that. So anyway, we're gonna do a video about that. We're gonna get back to fishing. I didn't get a chance to fish this week because I was finishing up the sale of one business and a bunch of other things. So again, I just wanna say thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.